What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. So Brandon and I, it's another weekend, and Brandon and I have a less glamorous weekend ahead of us. We both drive pretty old cars. Brandon drives a 2011 Nissan Altima. I drive a 2006 Mercury Montego. So one thing that we know by now about having old cars is it's nice because we don't have car payments or anything like that. But one of the less glamorous parts to owning an old car is some weekends you just gotta do some car maintenance. Recently, Brandon's car kind of broke down while I was driving home from work the other day.
I still don't know if Rachel broke it or not.
He was out of town on business, but yeah, I drove his car to work per his request, and essentially it just was having a really hard time accelerating. We had all these issues, and so did some diagnostics, ran some codes, figured out that it was his spark plug and or coil, one of the two. So this weekend we are going to change pretty much the rest of all the spark plugs and coils in his car. We're gonna go hang out with his family for a little while, maybe do some grocery shopping, who knows, but this is kind of just the realistic part of our life because we do own old cars. So sometimes we just gotta do some car maintenance.
Yeah. And we're no car experts, but we have slowly but surely tried to learn different things in terms of fixing our cars, just instead of bringing it into the shop and paying an arm and a leg. We've just figured, hey, the easy things we can learn so we can save some money where we can. So this is one of those things, and we'll take you guys along with us.
Yeah, my dad grew up working on cars. He was not a mechanic at all per se, but his dad was always working on their cars, and honestly it adds up. Car maintenance, bringing your cars into shops, it's always way more expensive than you always anticipate it. It's an unexpected expense most of the time. So we are, prepared if anything were to happen. We kind of know our limits, but you'd be surprised how much you can find on YouTube. We just Googled 2011 Nissan Altima spark plug change, and you can find about 10 to 20 videos right then and there about somebody changing their spark plugs. So
speaking of YouTube, hopefully this video helps at least one person out when they need to change their spark plugs. So let's get it. All right, so the car is dead, meaning I cannot open the trunk. So we have to do it the old-fashioned way. All of my tools are back there. Rachel's the best for digging back there, finding the toolbox. So the first step is taking off this engine cap. We think that's what it's called, but so the last time we changed our coils and plugs, this screw was on way too tight and it ended up breaking. So we really only have two on here. We made sure not to tighten them too tight so we can get this thing off. We're so happy that these are not as tight as they were last time. We brought it into a car shop where they changed, or they had to take this off for some odd reason, but they ended up screwing this one on way too tight. Take this off. Now you can see these two coils are different than these two. We made the mistake of only changing the coils and plugs that were causing us issues.
It wasn't a mistake. It got us a whole year.
But typically what we heard you should do is just change all of them so you don't have to worry about, figuring out which one's the problem child. But these two were already done. But actually, this one has a new or relatively new coil and plug. This one only has a new coil. These two have not been changed, so we're going to change the plug for the cylinder 1 and then both the coil and the plug for 3 and 4. We also learned that, to figure out which one's 1, 2, 3, and 4, you find the belt. Our belt is on the left side, and then it just goes 1, 2, 3, 4 from the belt.
That's his belt. Okay, so we just finished changing 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 3 got new coils and plugs. Actually, just this one got new coils and plugs. Those two already had coils, so we just had to change the plug on one. So we're done with that. Now we're just gonna walk you guys through how to do it all on cylinder 4.
And I want to preface, we are not car people. We are just learning every day, just something new, just to save a couple bucks instead of bringing it into the shop, just doing it ourselves. So again, we're not car people, no experts, but we're definitely learning.
Got a nice day, a little overcast, nice and cool.
All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is unscrew this screw that's connecting the coil. So I got tools for, when did I get tools? Christmas or a birthday? It is literally like a game trying to find the perfect adapter to fit the screw. Ours is 10 millimeter. Took us a minute to find it, but we got it nonetheless. So got this out. Should come right off. All right, so we're gonna unplug this. There's a little clasp.
There we go.
Sweet. So it's the coil. We know this one is bad, so we're gonna keep this one separate. Put that there for now. The plug is in there. So we have our socket wrench.
So we have the wrench, the extension.
So we put this in there. Make sure it's going the right way. So I'm going to take this extension off because it's loose enough. I'm going to do it with my hands. Should be good. And there is our plug.
The old spark plug.
Keep this one separate because it's bad. Probably. Actually, that's the thing about these codes is you really don't know if it's the coil or the plug. So the plugs are typically cheaper than the coils. We actually had a couple of spare plugs, so we didn't have to buy any of the plugs. Did have to buy a new coil, which was like, what, 75 bucks? So yeah, typically what we've heard is people like to change the plugs first because it's the cheaper option. But if that doesn't fix it, probably gonna have to change the coil. So we have our new plugs here.
Yeah, when we were going through our issues with cylinder 1 and 2, that's why cylinder 2 had a new plug and new coil, and then cylinder 1 just had a new coil because we figured out that it was cylinders 2 coils, so we actually ended up doing the opposite and just buying a coil for cylinder 1, putting it in. It worked just fine, so then we were like, okay, well then we don't need to change the plug right now. But honestly, it's a nice enough day. We're just getting it all done today. So right now, Brandon is putting white lithium grease on, this is the one we have, on the actual spark plug. Just putting it all in the threads of the spark plug. Rachel doesn't do this part.
So you can see in my shirt.
Yeah, get you wait, show it again. It wasn't focusing. Get you a husband that will do the dirty work.
So once this is all greased up, I think this is good.
Yep, looks good to me. Not like we have a napkin right here or anything.
Oh, wow. Anyways, so we're gonna do the opposite of what we just did to pull it out. So we were going left to take it off. Just come over here, switch it. So now, wait, yeah, now we're going right, clockwise. Perfect. I'm gonna start with Putting it in here. It's magnetic. We've heard that people have lost their spark plugs down there in the past. So the magnetic piece is very helpful. Throw it back in here.
If you don't have a magnetic one, my dad was telling us this trick. You can basically line it with like duct tape essentially to kind of give it that extra little stickiness. But I think that attachment was like $4. So definitely worth it.
So I'm just using my hand here just to get it on there until it gets a little tighter. So what's the pro tip your dad gave us?
So he said that when it comes to tightening, specifically the spark plugs and that little bolt that holds down the coil, to only torque it to like 2 fingers tightness, because these things don't need to be super tight. He said there are certain things that need to be really, really tight. You done?
It's off.
Nice. But he said that specifically with the spark plugs and the little bolt on top of the coil, really don't need to be that tight, just to secure both the plug in the place and the coil on top. So now it's right here.
Oh,
yeah. So now we're getting our last brand new coil.
Coil, and we're gonna put some of this dielectric fluid in there. This should be already pre-greased in there, but we like to just put a little extra. Rachel came up with this super handy idea to put it or to at least spread it around with the napkin. If we had a Q-tip, we would definitely use that, but we don't right now. So I'm just gonna put a little in here, and then
You might want to make that
stiffer.
Yeah.
We'll just swirl it around in there. Again, we probably don't have to do this, but
Yeah, these coils are pre-greased, I guess you would call it. So just a little extra step.
So now we're gonna put this bad boy in there. Just plug her up. Connected. You should be able to press it down so it connects to the spark plug. The last step is just screwing this in. I think it's this one. This doesn't have to be too tight either.
Look at that lineup. Boom, 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 boom.
The moment of truth is after we start it, but this looks good to me.
Yep. Now we gotta jump it.
Yeah.
I forgot. We gotta put the engine cap back on.
So,
Or the hood cap. I don't know.
whatever it's called.
In an ideal world, you'd start it, make sure everything's running smoothly, and then put this on. But we're just gonna risk it for the biscuit. It's only 2 bolts.
You're right, because worst case scenario, the car isn't working as you'd expect, and then you gotta take this bad boy, you gotta take this thing off. But
We're confident.
again, we're not car people. We're learning. Because honestly, you could probably take this into the shop, and how much do you think this would run?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up.
It'd be more expensive than getting the parts and doing it yourself, that's for sure.
For sure.
Again, these do not need to be tight either. It'll save you in the long run. When you have to take, when you have to take it off.
Now we're done. Now we just have to jump it. So also another little cool car thing. I guess it's more than just a car thing. But a couple of years ago for Christmas, my mom got us all this Halo. And it's essentially like this huge battery pack. It can charge computers, phones. It's got like an actual outlet. It lasts for days. It's got 2 USBs, an outlet. It's got this really nice flashlight. It's very bright. It doesn't look like it, but it is. But the feature that Brandon uses the most, his is also, I think, a wireless charger here, so you can put your phone on here and I can charge it. But there's a jump start. So if you keep this charged, it can jump start your car like at least, what, 10, 12 times?
It comes in handy for sure.
It does. We haven't charged it in a very long time, so we should actually probably do that. But Brandon's car dies a lot, so we end up using this little feature a lot. It comes with its own little jump start cable set. So you just plug the cables into here and you match up the positive and the negative, and then you hit this.
Car is going to, the alarm's going to go off, so just heads up.
You hit this button and when
Rachel got scared.
I do. I hate that. Every time. It gets me every time. I hate loud noises.
Here.
Oh, thank you. I just didn't know if it was...
So let's see if this car will start now.
That's scary.
There it goes.
Now you just disconnected.
Now the real test after getting the car started is if there's going to be any sputtering or the inability to accelerate, because those are some of the symptoms that we were seeing, which caused us to change these spark coils and spark plugs. And then we also have this code reader here to see if the car is running any codes. We might drive this around a little bit just to see if it's working as expected. So
all right, so I'm just now seeing what my hair looks like, so sorry about that earlier. But so yeah, Brandon's gonna start her up. We're gonna take a little joyride around the parking lot. But essentially, so how we knew this was happening was because a little while ago I drove Brandon's car to work, and essentially on my way home the car like stutters and it essentially like won't accelerate. But not only did we do this based on like feelings of like what we knew what was happening when coil cylinder 1 and 2 were misfiring, but highly invest if you have like an older car and your car runs a lot of codes, things like that, pick up one of these code readers. This is the one we have. It plugs right into your like electrical outlet that's like down here in most cars. And so when you go and you plug it in, it turns on, you say read codes. So on here it told us cylinder 4 was misfiring, which meant it was either the plug or the coil. So that's how we got to where we are today.
So we just finished changing the spark plugs and the coils. We definitely earned a little lunch. Rachel's on chef duty right now. What are you making?
We are gonna make, I went home last weekend to visit my parents, and my dad smoked a turkey breast. So we're gonna make smoked turkey breast wraps with, that's trash, some lettuce. Brandon's gonna have some pickles on him, Brandon's gonna have some pickles on his, cheese, banana peppers, and some boom boom shrimp sauce. All on tortillas, and we'll probably have a side of like chips or something.
Lunch is served. So we got these wraps, the chips, this is Rachel's, and then we got Suits LA in the background. Let's go. So we just got to the field or the trail, and honestly it was like a 25-ish minute drive to get here, and something hit us. A wall, we just ran into like a wall of fatigue. So we're not really feeling it right now, but we're gonna try to push through this. We're gonna run a lap. I think we've showed this before. It's about like a 5K. So like 3.1-ish miles is one lap. So we'll probably just do one of those. It's a beautiful day. So it's not as bad to run outside.
I could go for a nap.
It's for after the nap. Let's go. All right. So I just finished the run. It's definitely tough, but well needed for sure. Rachel and I both had some pretty long weeks. Just kind of stressed with work and just life. So these runs always help just kind of clear our minds a little bit. And it definitely did the trick today. So again, didn't run as fast as we typically do, but it was nice just to get out, enjoy this beautiful weather too. It's the thing about Georgia, we're at like a time where it's like the perfect temperature. It's about like high 60s, low 70s. Haven't gotten to the hot summers yet or the spring full of pollen, so just trying to enjoy this weather while we can. All right, so we just got back. We got to my mom's house. So we got the beautiful backyard with all the trees. So we're just chilling out here in the back. We got this little post-workout drink. She has these like Chobani protein drinks, 20 grams of protein, 3 fat.
170 calories.
170 calories, and they taste good. So, and look who it is. Finally saying hello. It went right by me. Crazy work.
Hi, come here. Hi. It's Brandon.
Bella.
Hi, baby Bella.
Who is that?
He wants to come out so bad, doesn't he?
He got so excited when he first.
Let me let him out. Are you ready
Wait,
for
we
him?
can let him.
Are you ready for him?
Oh,
Are you ready for him?
Yeah.
I wonder who he goes to first. Ready?
Hey, oh, we know. We know. Hey, buddy. What's up?
Bella, why did you do that?
Little bro.
Brandon.
Oh, and then his mom.
Yours just got off.
That's real tough.
Oh,
Dad. Oh, Bella came to me first.
Yeah.
He's so
Like, you
excited.
guys are so like.
Dad, go see Rachel. Yes.
oh, she was gonna come to me, but Bella got protected.
Bella gets protected.
Oh. Bella gets weird.
Yeah, who got them both? I got a chicken Philly and fries.
I got this steak hibachi,
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
and then we got wet lemon pepper wings, our favorite.
Wait, what's underneath here?
Rice. It's steak hibachi. And then also you gotta have the yum yum sauce.
Chicken hibachi.
Because you wanted that.
You didn't tell me that was an option.
So we are winding down for the evening. We had a nice little time with my mom, my sister, her boyfriend, just hanging out, relaxing. We got some food from one of our favorite restaurants around us. It's like a mixture of like hibachi, chicken wings. Honestly, you name it, they probably have it. We really enjoyed that. And then we finished off the night with a movie. We watched The Gorge. It has Miles Teller in it. We love him. But no, we really liked the movie. It was like a sci-fi thriller. Also had some romance in it. But yeah, we really enjoyed it. It was on Apple TV. My mom has like a free trial with it. Honestly, I've never watched a movie on there before, but I liked it. So maybe we'll get it. Maybe we'll start watching some more on there.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was like everyone had a little bit of something they liked about it. Like, I think your mom and I really liked the little bit of romance. Brandon obviously probably liked the thriller aspect of it and like the concept behind the whole thing. But it was honestly like a really good like sit down Saturday night family movie.
Yeah, we liked it. We're actually getting really bad storms right now.
We're in a tornado watch.
Tornado watch. The winds are crazy. It honestly sounds like thunder outside.
Yeah.
But we're just hunkering down and probably about to head to bed. But thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. We really appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.